This $2 million deal left the Pawn Stars. Imagine walking into a pawn shop with a piece of paper worth $2 million. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas.
Selling at an auction for a lot of money, that's the headline number. If there was a
trigger back, it cocks it, and then the upper trigger.
What we got there?
I have something here that is out of this world.
Hello to my little friend, Morgan Silver Dollar. To this day, it's the most popular collected coin in the United States.
Virtually no one has it in their Morgan dollar collection.
What were you looking to get out of it?
$100,000.
And what went down next will blow your mind. But here's the real question. Did Rick Harrison take the biggest risk of his life and close the deal? Or did he walk away from a fortune? Stick around until the end, because the answer will shock you.
Hello to my little friend, Morgan Silver Dollar. To this day, it's the most popular collected coin in the United States.
It all begins with a customer walking into the pawn shop, carrying what he believes could be worth a fortune. A rare painting supposedly by Angerhouse, one of America's most celebrated painters. For those unfamiliar, Angerhouse was legendary for creating those iconic calendars for the Santa Fe Railway, and his authentic works command serious money in the art world. The owner claims this is the earliest known painting by the artist, which, if true, would make it incredibly valuable.
Possibly would be worth $100,000, $50,000.
However, he admits he took a major risk by purchasing it online, which immediately raises red flags for Rick Harrison.
From what I know of the artist, the Chippewa tribe were around the area that he grew up. Did you do anything to authenticate it?
Show clip of Rick examining the painting. Rick examines the canvas and immediately spots problems. It's old, but in terrible condition, with deteriorating fabric and faded colors. His biggest concern? The brackets indicating 1885 don't match Angerhouse's famous style. The owner mentions an expert suggested the Chippewa tribe connection from where Angerhouse grew up, possibly explaining the unusual subject matter.
What I know of the artist.
Rick's authentication expert delivers devastating news. Restoration would cost $5,000, but the painting would only be worth $20,000 after repairs. The owner wants $50,000, making the math impossible. Rick would lose $35,000 on the deal, making it a complete financial disaster he must walk away from.
I know you wanted 50 grand for it, but I just don't see a deal happening here.
Rick has to make the tough call and walk away from this deal. Sometimes in the pawn business, the smartest decision is knowing when to pass, and this was definitely one of those moments. No deal was made, and the owner leaves disappointed, but hopefully wiser about his investment.
Alex, because he'll actually know what he's talking about.
Just when you think the day can't get more interesting, another customer walks in with what appears to be a Civil War-era revolving pistol. Rick takes one look and immediately admits he knows absolutely nothing about this particular firearm beyond it being Civil War-ish. So he does what he always does when facing the unknown. He calls in Alex, a firearms expert who specializes in antique weapons and can properly identify what they're dealing with.
Trigger back, it cocks it, and then the upper trigger will actually fire it. So you get a much faster rate of fire.
Alex identifies it as a Savage and North Figure 8 revolver, a Civil War technological innovation. The unique ring trigger mechanism cocks the hammer and rotates the cylinder simultaneously, providing faster fire rates than conventional 1860s revolvers. Checking the serial number reveals it's number 29, first model second variation, making it exceptionally rare for collectors.
And here we go.
But here's where it gets really exciting. The expert suggests they take it to the shooting range to see if it actually functions after more than 150 years. After all, a working antique firearm is worth significantly more than one that's just for display. At the range, they load it up and fire. The revolver works perfectly, cycling through each chamber just as it was designed to do over a century and a half ago. Both Rick and the owner are thrilled to see this piece of history still performing flawlessly.
How about 7?
No, how about 4?
4. $5.
The owner initially wants $10,000 for the revolver, but after some back and forth negotiation, Rick makes his final offer of $4,100, and the owner accepts. Deal closed at $4,100. Rick walks away with a genuine piece of American military history that still functions perfectly. A win for both sides.
What we got there?
I have something here that is out of this world.
A customer brings in a family meteorite, calling it a gift from the gods. Rick is fascinated by these cosmic pieces that traveled through space for billions of years. He explains how Jupiter's gravitational pull shields Earth from constant meteorite bombardment, protection without which life as we know it might not exist.
I normally don't put a magnet on a meteorite, but in the field sometimes you have to. Okay, all right, that's interesting. You saw how that danced on there?
Rick's expert examines the meteorite, explaining it entered Earth's atmosphere at 100,000 miles per hour, melting its surface and creating characteristic depressions. Testing reveals 89% iron and 10% nickel, classic iron meteorite composition from Argentina. Weighing reveals 19.7 kilograms, 43 pounds, of genuine space rock.
Can't go that low.
I mean,
It'll look beautiful in here under the lights.
The owner is asking $24,000 for this cosmic treasure. Rick starts the negotiation at $5,000, but the owner counters at $7,000. Rick does the math in his head, considers the rarity and the impressive size, and decides it's worth the investment. Deal closed at $7,000. Rick now owns a genuine piece of the universe that's been traveling through space since the solar system was formed.
so I'm here in New York to take a look at one of the most historical documents on the planet.
Now we arrive at the main event, the deal that left everyone absolutely speechless. Rick travels all the way to New York City to examine what could potentially be the most valuable item ever featured on Pawn Stars. This isn't something you can just bring into the Las Vegas shop. This requires a special trip to see one of the most historically significant documents on the planet.
This is an extremely rare July 1776 printing of the Declaration of Independence.
The owner reveals an extremely rare July 1776 printing of the Declaration of Independence from the actual month America declared independence. Not a reproduction, this authentic document features pinholes in the corners, evidence it was publicly displayed, allowing everyday citizens to read the revolutionary words that founded America.
Right after the 4th of July, I think it was John Dunlop was a printer in Philadelphia. He goes out and
Rick examines it carefully, his hands literally holding a piece of history that changed the world. The owner drops the big question. He wants $2 million for it. $2 million for a piece of paper. But this isn't just any paper. This is American history in its purest, most tangible form. Rick knows he can't make this decision without absolute certainty, so he immediately calls in a document authentication expert.
Authenticated, but I've actually seen this exact copy before.
The expert authenticates the document, examining nail holes, paper quality, typography, and aging patterns against historical records. This handmade 18th century piece used manual typesetting, making it unique. His verdict: absolutely authentic, potentially fetching $2 million or more at auction.
selling at an auction for a lot of money. That's the headline number. There is a ridiculous amount of fees. I would love to give you like $1.4 million.
The most intense Pawn Stars negotiation begins. The seller offers $1.5 million. Rick counters at $1.45 million. After a tense pause, the owner agrees. Deal closed at $1.45 million. Rick is stunned. He just purchased one of America's most important historical documents, a forever memorable Pawn Stars moment.